Hello friends, welcome back to my class. So now I am going to discuss de Broglie wavelength expressed in terms of kinetic energy. In the previous class we have seen the wave particle duality and de Broglie hypothesis and its expressions. Okay, so we have seen up to wave particle duality and de Broglie hypothesis, and also we have seen expression for the de Broglie wavelength associated with an accelerated charged particle. Okay, this up to this one we have seen in the previous class. Now we are going to see remaining expression for the de Broglie wavelength in terms of kinetic energy, and second one is de Broglie wavelength associated with a particle in a thermal equilibrium, and also we are going to see the some properties of the matter waves, or otherwise called de Broglie waves. Okay, now I am going to explain de Broglie wavelength expressed in terms of kinetic energy. Okay, yes. Now this is also very important for 2 marks specially, so which will be asked in the part 1 or part A. Okay, we know that part A is for that is 25 marks, in which 2 marks and 3 marks questions will be appeared. So now let us see. So de Broglie wavelength expressed in terms of kinetic energy. Let us say if a particle has kinetic energy. Okay, if the particle has kinetic energy, then we can write it as kinetic energy Ke equal to of mv square. Okay, that here I am writing it as of mv square is equals to Ke. Then mv square is equals to 2 into Ke. So here I am multiplying by m on both sides. M on both sides. Multiply m on both sides. M square v square is equals to 2m into Ke. Clear? So here we can write it as this is m into v whole square equal to 2m into Ke. Clear? Now we know that this is what P is equals to mv according to momentum P is equals to mv, so that we can write as this is what P square is equals to 2m into Ke. Then P equal to square root of 2m into kinetic energy Ke. So let us give equation 1. Okay, therefore from de Broglie wavelength, that is lambda is equals to h by, we know that is P. So here lambda is equals to h by square root of 2 into m into k into e, or Ke. So this is the de Broglie. Okay, this is from the de Broglie wavelength we got this one. This is the de Broglie wavelength in terms of kinetic energy. Now let us see one more expression, that is de Broglie wavelength associated with particles in thermal equilibrium. thermal equilibrium. This is also very important for 2 marks. Okay, and also for total the part 1 and part 2 may be asked for long question. Okay, that you need to remember. So here kinetic energy, we know that the kinetic energy is given by kinetic energy Ke is equals to, we know that is 3/2 kBT. So we know that is the kinetic energy according to thermal equilibrium or according to kinetic theory, that is kinetic energy of the particle, that is half into kBT. Okay, this is kB, nothing but Boltzmann constant. This is temperature of kBT. Here why should we get 3 here, means 3 is the degrees of freedom. Degrees of freedom. Okay, so this the particle, if you taken in a box which has 3 degrees of freedoms, that is translation, okay, rotation and vibration. Translation, rotation and vibration. These are the 3 degrees of freedom. So that 3 into half kBT, 3/2 kBT. Now, so let us say equation, yes, previous one, what is that? Equation 1 here. Equation 1 implies, how can we write this as? Equation 1, this is P is equals to, okay, P equal to square root of 2m into K into E, that we can write it as square root of 2m. Okay, equation 1 is P equal to square root of 2m into Ke. So P equal to square root of 2m into Ke, nothing but this is Ke, that is 3/2 into kBT, gets cancelled. Then P is equals to square root of, this is 3 into 3 kBT or 3 kT. Okay, right. So this one we can write finally, P is equals to square root of 3m K into T or kBT. Okay, right. So this again from de Broglie wavelength, lambda is equals to h/p, then lambda equal to h/p, nothing but this one square root of 3m into kBT. Listen to me. So this is the de Broglie wavelength, okay, associated with the particle in a thermal equilibrium. Thermal, this is kBT. So whereas this is the de Broglie wavelength, okay, in terms of kinetic energy, this is in terms of thermal energy. Thermal energy. This is about the de Broglie wavelength associated with the particle in a thermal equilibrium. Now let us see the properties of matter waves. What are the properties of matter waves? Yes, already we have seen what is the matter wave. Matter wave, nothing but a wave in which there is a particle, or wave which is associated with the particle is called as a matter wave. So if we say first one is matter wave, these are new kind of waves rather than transverse waves, longitudinal waves and electromagnetic waves. Clear? So we know that there is a electromagnetic waves, there are, okay, longitudinal waves and transverse waves, or we can say tide waves or whatever it may be. Okay, so this rather than these waves, there are some different kind of waves, that is de Broglie waves or matter waves. And if you see the second point, matter waves are produced. So these are these are produced, okay, whether the particles are charged or uncharged. Clear? So if the particles, it may be get charged or uncharged, okay, de Broglie waves or matter waves will be produced. That's very, very important. Okay, and third point is matter waves can travel. These can travel through vacuum also. Vacuum, and do not require, we know that vacuum doesn't require any material medium, we know that particle nothing but in which there is no, vacuum nothing but in which there is no particles. So this for example, electromagnetic waves also travels in vacuum and medium. So these matter waves also travels through a vacuum and do not require any material medium for their propagation. Yes, like electromagnetic waves. And so lighter is the particle, greater is the wavelength. For example, if the particle is small in size, okay, and wavelength is high, so that we can write it as lambda is inversely proportional to m. Okay, if the mass of the particle is more, then wavelength is less. If the mass of the particle is less, wavelength is more. That we can say. So lighter is the particle, greater is the wavelength. So we can say that, okay, the particles having mass, so that, and also moving in a waveform, so that we can say these particles are matter waves also having two nature, that is particle nature and wave nature. And fifth point is, we can say, okay, the velocity of the particle is inversely proportional to, or the wavelength of the particles is inversely proportional to its velocity. For example, yes, we can say, and if mass is more, wavelength is less. If mass is more, wavelength is what? Less. Then lambda is more. So that we can say it as smaller is the velocity, and greater is the wavelength. That is the wavelength. Okay. So next, when velocity becomes 0, what happens? Lambda is equals to what? Here velocity is 0, 1 by 0, infinity, lambda will be infinity. This is the property of the matter waves we need to understand. Matter waves, because indeterminate, and for example, if v equal to infinity, okay, the velocity of the electromagnetic waves or matter waves is infinity, then what is the lambda? Lambda will be 0, 1 by infinity is 0. So this statement tells us, okay, the matter waves becomes intermediate. This becomes intermediate, okay, and if this condition obeys, intermediate. And seventh one is, we can say, matter waves exhibit diffraction. These waves exhibits diffraction Okay, and other phenomenon like diffraction, interference, and polarization, whatever it may be. Okay, so this phenomenon will be exhibited by the matter waves. And matter waves exhibit a wave nature of the matter waves introduce the uncertainty. Yes, this is very important point. Whatever the matter waves have, matter waves, okay, it is having in a particle nature, and it is having particle nature and also having a wave nature. So the wave nature, whatever the wave nature is there, for that wave nature the matter waves having a uncertainty in the location of the position of the particle. Whatever the matter waves which are having dual nature, if you see the wave nature, in wave nature, so as the wave is moving like this, okay, the position or momentum or position of the particle cannot be certain, cannot be found. That we can say uncertainty in the location of the position of the particle. This is very important. And last one is, ninth one is, the wave velocity in matter waves is always greater than the velocity of light. Okay, whatever the wave velocity, so this matter waves, that is, we can say it as W, always greater than the velocity of light. Okay, the velocity of the matter waves, listen to me, the velocity of the matter waves always more than the velocity of light. Oh, it's very dangerous, you know. So once you see, already we know that the velocity of light is only highest velocity in the universe, but more than this velocity of light, there are some velocity of something, that is matter waves having highest velocity more than the velocity of light. So that we can write it as, this is W greater than C. Here W nothing but velocity of the matter wave greater than C nothing but velocity of the light. So we know that this is E is equals to h mu. Okay, E nothing but mc square, h mu nothing but, we know that this is, we can write it as this, we can write it as mu nothing but c by lambda. Yes, now here I am writing it as, or otherwise we can write it as E is equals to h mu. Okay, here what is mu? Mu is equals to, that is mc square by h, mc square by, yes, E is equals to mc square by h. This is, okay, this I am coming this side, or we can write it as E by h, E is equal to mc square, then mu is equals to mc square by h. But here omega is equals to mu into lambda, so from that omega or W is equals to mc square by h into h by mv. So this is what lambda while nothing but h by mv. So mu nothing but this value. Okay, I'm just multiplying, so hs gets cancelled, omega is equals to will cancel, c square by v. So from this equation we can conclude that, so v is less than c and omega is greater than c. The velocity of the particle is less than the velocity of light whereas velocity of the matter waves is more than the velocity of light. Velocity of the lights. So this is how we can simply understand the properties of the matter waves. Thank you. In the next class, let us see one more topic. So please subscribe my channel and share to your friends. Thank you.